Most websites would have an expectation that visitors go through certain pages as part of their journey, but Google Analytics doesn't allow that depth of analysis. However, we do provide that functionality within our system, which we're going to demonstrate with an example. This business provides liquid filling machines to companies that want to fill containers with liquids. The business wants people to look at these sectors pages and then get to either specific machine pages or to the case studies. For example, if someone was looking at this page, they would ideally get to the case studies shown or to the pages showing the actual machines that they could buy. We're going to use advanced filters to analyze what's actually happening. We start off by choosing a full calendar month. We're going to begin by focusing on people who got to those sectors pages. These are people interested in filling machines for particular types of applications such as food and drink, chemicals, automotive and more. So we're going to choose any of these that match and include them and add the filter. At this point, we're just going to show the data to see how many people got to those sectors pages in this time period. As you can see, 1093 results. That's very healthy, and all these people got to the sectors part of the website as part of their journey. But what we want is for the people to also get to pages such as case studies or the actual filling machine pages. So what we're going to do is go back to advanced filters and look at these one at a time. So we're going to take these 1093 people who got to the sectors pages, and we're also going to add another parameter to it. We're going to start off looking at the people who got as far as filling pages. So if we pick on just one of these pages, the URL structure of these pages has /liquid filling machines within it. So we're going back to here. We're going to focus on those who got to sectors pages and those who got to a page that had /liquid filling machines in the URL. And specifically, we're going to look at the actual pages they got through to. So we're going to take any that match and click Set, include that, add the filter. And when we click Show Data, we're going to see how many of the 1093 got to sectors and the liquid filling machines pages. And we got 288 of the 1093. That's 26% of visitors who got to sectors pages and also got as far as one of the liquid filling machines pages. So we do have to wonder about the other 74% who didn't get that far. So we could go back to advanced filters and actually say focus on the sectors, but also look at the people who didn't get to liquid filling machines and show the data. This gives us a big number of 805, and although that could be quite depressing to see, it should still be useful to see how these people moved through the website, getting to the sectors page, but not getting as far as the machine types pages. Sometimes the people just went to a landing page no further. Sometimes they got as far as sectors and went no further. And you can start to pick up on patterns and start to ask questions about why those people didn't get to where you wanted them to get to. We've now gone back to advanced filters and we've removed the filters about machine pages, and we've kept the filter of people who got to sectors pages. We're now going to add in those people who got to any page with a URL / project in it. These are the actual case study pages. And show the data. So this shows us 138 results. Again, there's a small percentage out of the total people who got as far as the sectors pages who got as far as a project page. Although it can be quite time consuming, it's worth looking at each of the visitors and their path they took. Sometimes you can actually identify the company, but most of the time these people can't be identified, but they're still likely to be company people. For example, accessing from mobile devices or places that the IP can't be tracked. So you can see these people looked at the filling machines pages here, and they actually did make contact in this particular case. That's a positive. But you'll see a lot more that went through a path where they didn't make contact. So these people got to a sectors page, did go to the case studies pages, and moved through various case studies, and in this case they did actually get to the machines pages as well, but there'll be probably more people who didn't get to those pages. And when you go to the actual website itself and start digging into reasons, if you look at, say, one of these case studies, you can see that as part of the case study it does actually refer to the solution that they had, which is a particular type of machine, and people could click through to that from this particular page. However, if someone was actually looking at the sectors page itself, the food and drink page, and they didn't go to case studies, then there's not much there to get them looking at actual machine types that are more commonly used for these types of products. Sometimes it comes down to something very simple. For example, maybe instead of calling this filling, it could be called machines or filling machines. There's enough space on the bar there to make that happen, and it's clear for when people look at it. Or there could be a part of the page that actually introduces the filling machines more commonly used for these types of products. Everything starts with data, and you can get very granular with the system here. If we get rid of that and focus on the sectors, for example, we could say, let's have a look at those people who came in from just one country and who got to sectors and who also got to any of the projects. And just run that data to look at it. And we can see there were, in this case, 37 results of people from the UK who got to projects pages and the sectors pages. But what we could go further with is go back to here and say, well, let's look at those who got to sectors, projects, and any of the machine types. Set that and include it, and add the filter, and then run the data. So we're getting quite granular with data here. We've got 24 of these people who matched all those patterns we were interested in. So they got to machine types, and they got to the case studies, and they also had looked at the sectors within the website. So these are much stronger visitors who have matched the pattern that we expect to see. But it's trying to pick up on the difference. See, there's 24 here. If we went back to advanced filters and said, well, actually, let's take out the people who got to the machines pages. So they come from the UK, got to the project pages, looked at sectors, and they didn't get to liquid filling machines pages and show the data. So we get 13 people who didn't get as far as those liquid filling machines type pages during their journey. That sort of information is quite useful to look at when you get very granular. And that's one of the big benefits of the system. You can add or remove filters as much as you want to. You can also save these as templates if you want to use them again in the future, and have automated emails come out of them either daily or in real time for people in the business that might want to get data related to those patterns. There's a lot that you can filter within the system here, and it's always worth having a conversation with us about what you're trying to achieve so that we can help you use the system in the most effective ways.